now going to put the spotlight on the defense sector. There's a lot that has been said of late, whether it's to do with PLI schemes, the drone policy, and of course, procurement domestically. We're going to now check in with the top management of Paris Defense and Space Tech. In fact, if you look at it, that stock in the last 6 months is higher by nearly 30%. Amit Mahajan joining in is the Director for Technical and R&D at the company. Thank you, Mr. Mahajan, for joining us live today on the market. The defense stocks have certainly been buzzing on the back of the noise that has been coming in from the government, with the Defense Ministry saying it plans to procure nearly 5 lakh crore rupees from the domestic industry, an impetus which is being given to domestic manufacturing. This is a noise that is being made since 2014. We've seen changes in FDI also that had been announced at that time. What is different now? Why is it that the markets are also enthused? What has changed on ground actually?
Firstly, thank you so much for having me on the show. Yes, the impetus, the self-reliance and lesser dependencies on foreign technologies is something which has been doing the buzz for a long time now. Now, with this 5 lakh crore announcement, what it only does for the domestic industry is it opens up a huge opportunity. Now it is for us to take or make most of it. And I think the domestic defense industry is doing very well. It is well poised to reap the benefits.
Okay, and there is all this chatter, for example, which is taking place, that is Andhra Pradesh going to be made the domestic manufacturing hub as far as India goes. While we watch out for that, can you share with our viewers, the shareholders that are tuning in, what are the specific opportunities domestically when we talk of this massive 5 lakh crore rupee procurement, the opportunities that Paris is specifically going after? You talked about drones, for example, at a recent investor conference.
So Paris has always been focused on the defense and the space industry. We've been operating in this space for over 4 decades now, and if you look at us, we are contributing from at multiple levels with very many programs for the Indian defense and the Indian space research organizations. Now, when we are saying this, what only adds to our opportunities are the various bigger programs that are here in front of us. Also, it gives us opportunity to engage in much larger scale with our existing customers, say DPSUs or the DRDOs or the ordnance factories. Now we can increase our value add in our offerings, and we can do much more engaging work with these tier 1 companies. What also it encourages us, like you rightly said about the drones, it encourages us to go in full speed with our vision. We started this drone subsidiary about 3 years back. And the impetus that has been given on the drone technology, we find ourselves at the right place at the right time. And we currently, in the next few months, you will see Paras doing a lot of work in the drone space. We are for sure going to benefit from the PLI scheme.
Your mind could be the size of this drone PLI scheme and the defense opportunity. Could it run into millions to start with, or it will start with billions and it stay in billions? And I'm talking dollars, I'm not talking rupees.
So you have to also understand that in the last few years, the drone technology has been tread very cautiously. So it's going to start very slowly. It will start in millions, but it has multi-billion scope. So it's going to run into billions, and I will be surprised. I will not be surprised if it goes into trillions, because drone is the way to move forward. All the technologies are going to be drone based, and our lives are going to change in the next 10 years. You will find a lot of drones in our lives.
When will it start contributing from lakh to crores for your business?
For our business, you will find in 2022 to 23, you will find Paras Defense stamping its mark in the drone industry in terms of revenue. We already are there. We are already making a lot of noise. But in terms of revenue, you will start us in maybe 20-30 crores is something which we are looking at.
Your margins
in the next year.
Your margins, if I look at that chart, it will just come up on your screen. is north of 25%. It's state like that. Now, for a company which is dealing with government, why are margins so high? I mean, it's a competitive space. It's a space where competition is there. The fact that you're commanding margins of FMCG space is quite incredible.
So Paras Defense has always been focusing on doing something which is not run of the mill. We have always strived at innovation. We have always tried at technology. We have always tried at R&D, and which helps us keep us ahead of all the competition. Yes, there is a lot of competition in this space also today, but everybody, if you take all the peers of Paras, they all are having their own zones of technology expertise, and so does Paras. Paras is primarily working on, say, optics. Now, we are the only company in India the private company in India to supply optics for the space missions. Now, this is a space which gives us a lot of good profit margins. At the same time, we are always doing a lot of innovation and R&D in the other spaces like electronics, heavy engineering, and for that matter, electromagnetics. So we are in domains where not very many companies are.
Let's put things in context for the export. Now, we are becoming Atmanirbhar. I'm sure other countries are also going to be doing the same. So while the Indian defense manufacturing is going to get a lot of push from government, but that also, in a sense, puts a guardrail or almost like a shutter that you can never be big in exports.
It's actually not true, because when they are saying they are encouraging exports, when you develop a technology and when you do work on that technology and you start getting numbers on that particular technology, say, I'll give you an example, a car. When I develop a car, and if I'm making hundreds and thousands of those cars per day, my quality improves and I become world-class quality. If you see the automobile sector today, we are exporting our automobiles. That's because we have enough volumes to give to that industry. Similarly, the same snowball effect is going to happen on the defense space, where the more domestic business we create, the more quality of a product is going to go up, and we're going to become world ready. The moment we become world ready, our prices are anyways cheaper than a lot of other continents like Europe or Americas. So that opens up huge market for exports, and that's a natural transition.
Amit, so highlight for us what your current order book is like and what really is the visibility, if you could spell some numbers.
I am not allowed to, but I'll just give you a snapshot.
Sure.
Around we should be entering into the coming year with an order on hand approximately between 250 to 300 crores. And the orders which are under negotiations are almost the same, which is about 250, 300 crores. So we are expecting that we enter into the coming financial year, which is tomorrow or day after, with a handsome order book of in excess of 550, 600 crores.
Good to hear that, and I'm sure we'll chat again when you announce that order, Amit. Great to speak with you and great to have you on the show today.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.